I actually get this question a lot on how to do a proper push-up. And so I'll kind of walk you through what I tell other people. So the biggest mistake that I see is that people put their arms too wide. And so this just, you lose strength. This is like so hard. So that's obviously a wide push-up. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep your arms underneath your shoulders, or a little bit wider. So about right there, okay? And then if you're on your toes, you obviously want to keep your back, shoulders, abs, hips, and toes in line. So you don't want to sag, arch, any of that kind of stuff. And then you need to keep your head looking out like 45 degrees, not down. That's another big common mistake I see. So when you actually do the push-up, your chin is gonna hit the floor before your nose, okay? So if your nose is hitting, then you know you need to look out a little bit more. And all that's gonna do is just keep you in proper form, okay? When you do go down, if your elbows start flaring out, that's bad. You wanna keep them about a 45-degree angle and then push up, okay? So down, chin, and then up. Now, the other big mistake I see is the worm. The worm movement. Let me just move this out of the way. There we go. So what the worm movement is where you come down into a push-up. Okay, so you're here, and then your chest comes up, and then your back. So it just means that your core isn't tight. It's not supporting you. You're using strictly all of your arms. So just make sure that your core is tight. So what I do with that is I squeeze my butt, I squeeze my abs, and then I do my push-up, and that's gonna help you keep it nice and strong, okay? If you drop to your knees, then my arms are dead, by the way. If you drop to your knees, you wanna keep shoulders, hips, and knees in a straight line, and keep your head, 45 degrees out, arms, shoulder, a little bit more than shoulder width apart, and then same thing. You're just going to go down, you want your chin to touch first, and push it back up, down, push back up. Now you don't want you can turn your wrist slightly in a little bit if that hurts. Like some people have wrist issues. I know I do, but you don't want your elbows to go out. You want to keep your elbows still in 45 degrees. Now they're not like this to your chest, they're just about right there, okay? And then if you do have wrist issues, like my husband he broke both his wrists, so he has to do push-ups either on little push-up stands or on his wrists. Just make sure that you're on carpet, but same idea. You're just gonna be here and pushing it up, okay? So I hope that helps. I think the biggest thing is to squeeze your butt, tighten your abs, make sure your arms aren't too wide, and then make sure your elbows aren't flaring out, and drop to your knees. Like so many women are like, I want to do a real push-up, but until you get that form right, drop to your knees. There's no harm, no foul there. It'll teach you proper form, and it'll work those areas. You may not be feeling it up here because you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like you might be using your back, like your lower back, and so you're feeling it there as opposed to in your shoulders and chest. And then last but not least, you always want your chest to hit the floor. So that's where I stop my push-up. So for example, I'm going to stop, let my chest hit the floor, and then push it up again.